יומא פרק ח' משנה ב'. משנתנו בא ללמד, our Mishnah comes to teach, מהו השיעור האכילה והשתייה ביום הכיפורים שחייבים עליו כרת? What is the measurement? What is the measurement of eating and drinking Yom Kippur until a person is obligated karet? האוכל ביום הכיפורים, somebody who eats in יום כיפור, ככותבת הגסה. ככותבת הגסה, כשיעור תמרה גדולה. Like the measurement of a big date. כמוה וכגרינתה. With their pit. כפי שעם גרעינה, והוא פחות מעט מכביצה. Usually, the measurements for eating is a ביצה, is an egg. והשותה ביום הכיפורים, or one's drinks in יום כיפור, מלוא לגמיו, מלוא חלל פיו, a mouthful. הוא מבואר בגמרא, in the Gemara it's explained what's a mouthful. כל שאילו יסלק את המשקה שבפיו לצד אחד, as if he's going to take the water in his mouth to one side, יהיה אותו הצד בולט ונראה כמו לוגמיו. It's going to puff up the cheek, you know, with the... ושיעור זה באדם בינוני הוא פחות מרביעית. In his regular person, it's about a little bit less than a רביעית. Then it is, if one does that, חייב במזיד כרת, if he does it on purpose, he is obligated כרס, ובשוגג קורבן חטאת. If it was a mistake, he brings a sin offering. Now, this is strange שיעורים, טעמם של השיעורים הללו, the reason for these strange measurements, אף על פי שכל שיעורי אכילה הם בכזית. Usually, you are obligated when you eat like an olive. And over here, it says a date. A date is more than an olive. Yeah, it's more than an olive. ושיעורי שתייה הם רביעית, and usually the שיעורי שתייה is a רביעית. Why? לפי שביום הכיפורים לא כתוב לשון אכילה. Because in יום כיפור, it doesn't say you're not allowed to eat. It says עינוי, צריך להתענות. אלא לשון עינוי. It says you need suffering. כל הנפש אשר לא תעונה בעצם לזה מנחרתה. All the soul that's not going to afflict itself in יום כיפור and it's going to get cut off. וידוע וברור לחכמים, and it is known to the sages. So now you need to make a measurement. What's the measurement that if you eat, you still מעונה? You know, that if I'm going to give you a little bit like this of bread, you're going to eat it. It says it's like not eating. Yeah? שכל שאינו אוכלת ככותבת הגסה, it says if you don't have, at least if you don't eat more than an olive is not going to be enough. You're not going to, if you eat an olive, you're still in inui. You consider itself like I'm still suffering. But if you eat this, a little bit, this is the beginning of, okay, a little bit I don't know. אין דעתו מתיישבת עליו. If you eat an olive, you're not comfortable enough. ואינו יוצא מכלל עינוי. You're still considered to be afflicted. אבל האכילה כשיעור כותבת, but once you eat like a כותבת, whatever a כותבת is, אף על פי שאינה משבעת, even though you're still hungry, you're not satiated, מכל מקום מיישבת היא את הדעת המתענית. Nevertheless, the guy gets calmed down a little bit. הילקח חייב עליה. Therefore he is obligated on it. ברם, but בשתייה של מלוא לוגמיו, in drinking, אף על פי שאצל אדם בינוני הוא פחות מרביעית, even though by regular person it is less than רביעית, מכל מקום יש בשיעור זה כדי ליישב דעתו של המתענה. ולכן שותה מלוא לוגמיו חייב. Therefore, if you even have smaller, you're a small person, and you eat less than רביעית, once you fill your cheek, you're happy. Even if it's less than the רביעית. Yeah. You get such a, you get a mouthful, I drank enough. Or maybe not enough, but at least I'm a little bit calm now. You know, כמו שאני תן לי שלוק. After שלוק is enough. You don't need the רביעית.
Very strange.
Yeah. Continue. כל האוכלים מצטרפים לככותבת. You don't need to eat one food. All the food it comes together in a ככותבת. אבל אם אכל ממאכל אחד פחות ממכותבת, but if you ate, let's say, less than a date, וממאכל אחר פחות ממכותבת, and from another food less than a כותבת, אבל בשניהם יחד היה קישור כותבת, but you ate a banana and an apple, yeah? less than a כותבת here, less than a כותבת here, כל שלא שעה בין אכילה ראשונה לשנייה יותר מכדי אכילת פרס, if you didn't wait between the first one and the second one, the measurement of eating a pras, כשיעור 3 ביצים לפי הרמב"ם, like eating 3 eggs according to the Rambam, הרי הוא חייב. So you can eat the entire day, less than a date, but you have to wait now like 5 minutes. Another less than a date, another 5 minutes.
How could it be? It's Yom Kippur.
Yeah, but what's the way? It's a karet. It's not we allow you to do it.
Oh.
You don't get kares.
You don't get
Yeah, it's not that you go ahead and do it. But you know when it's important.
Where is the point for car?
Yeah, you know where it's important for somebody.
Get punished for this.
Yeah,
no?
Practically today, where is it important? Somebody who's diabetic, and he needs to eat. So they tell him, eat less than this measurement every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes you're allowed to eat something. Yeah, and that's what they do. Yeah, something. So then, yeah, for example, וכל המשקים מצטרפים למלוא לוגמיו, and all the drinks come together for a mouthful. שאם שתה ממשקה אחד ממלוא לוגמיו, that if you drink from one drink ממלוא לוגמיו, a little bit less than מלוא לוגמיו, a little bit less than a mouthful, וממשקה אחר פחות מלוא לוגמיו, and another drink again less than a mouthful, אבל בשניהם יחד היה מלוא לוגמיו, but both of them together was a mouthful. אם יש מתחילת שנייה ראשונה עד סוף שתייה האחרונה כדי שתייה רביעית, if there's within this certain time, הרי הם מצטרפים לחייבו כרת או קורבן. Then they're going to come together to obligate him either כרת or קורבן. But again, he can drink little by little every 2 minutes. Take a small one. האוכל ושותה אין מצטרפים. But food and drink don't combine. For example, yeah.
Or food or drink.
אבל כחצי כותבת, so if he ate half a date, ושתה כחציו שמלוא לרגליו, and then he drank half a mouthful, אין האכילה והשתייה מצטרפות, they're two different things, eating and drinking don't come together, והוא פטור, and he's not obligated. לפי שאין דעתו מתיישבת בכך. Why again? Because he's not going to get comfort. He's still in inui. He's still suffering.
It's very strange here because each one has his inui in food in a different level. It could be a guy that is a 500 pound. You give him ככה, זה כלום בשבילו, הוא לא מרגיש. He doesn't feel it.
Yeah. So the melolog mav makes sense, you're saying, because that's individual. But the measurement doesn't make sense, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah. בגמרא נחלקו רבי יוחנן וריש לקיש. In the Gemara, there's a disagreement between Rabbi Yochanan and Rish Lakish. שלדעת, רבי יוחנן, according to רבי יוחנן, אף חצי שיעור אסור מן התורה. Rabbi Yochanan says, but what, are you allowed to eat half a shiur now? So Rabbi Yochanan says, half a shiur is also prohibited from the Torah. אלא שאין החיוב כי אם על שיעור. But the obligation to kares, see that the Torah tells you do not eat anything. But when does karet kicks in? In the measurement. ואילו לדעת ריש לקיש, but ריש לקיש disagrees. חצי שיעור מותר מן התורה. He tells him half a measurement, the Torah, you're allowed to. לכתחילה, go ahead, do it. אבל מכל מקום אסור מדרבנן. The rabbis came and says, no, we asked for it. It's got nothing to do with the Torah. In other words, they say, what did God mean? Not to eat at all? So Rabbi Rish Lakish says, no, God says you're allowed to eat up to a date. And Rabbi Yochanan says, God says, do not eat anything. That's the difference. מכאן מפרשים בגמרא, שלפיכך שנו במשנה א', this is what you say in the Gemara, that this is what we learn in Mishnah א', יום הכיפורים אסור באכילה ובשתייה, that Yom Kippur is prohibited in eating and drinking. אף על פי שבאכילה ושתייה אין רק איסור בלבד, אלא גם עונש כרת. Even though that actually we said it's kares, what do you mean? שכן המדובר בה באכילה ובשתייה של חצי שיעור. Because the איסור that it's discussing is only half a measurement. ויש מפרטים שלא נקטה משנה לשון אסור, אלא משום שאר עינויים שאין בהם אלא איסור בלבד. And some say, no, it's got nothing to do with food. The Rish say it says prohibited because of the other ones are from the Rabbanan. Nothing to do with eating and drinking. So we have a disagreement if eating anything is prohibited from the Torah or not. Machloket Rabbi Yochanan and Rish Lakish.